Hey guys, so I just want to do a quick video. Um, so I went to my appointment and they didn't do measurements for, their machine was broken, so I had to go back February something. I think I'll go back February 20th, I don't know. So they're going to take all my measurements there where they do like lean body weight, body fat, percentage, like body weight, fat weight versus lean weight, how many inches I've lost, blah, 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 blah. So I haven't lost any weight, and I've been eating super healthy and going to the gym, blah, 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 all that stuff. And so I've noticed that I haven't lost any weight, but my clothes are getting looser, so I must be putting on muscle, especially my legs, because I was wearing a 14, and now when I put a 14 on, it feels kind of loose. I wear like super skin tight pants. So when I put on a pair of pants, like when I put them on straight out of the dryer, they're fine. But when I put them on out of the, like if I put them on out of the dryer and then I wear them for like an hour, they get super stretched out. And so they're super loose. And like when I bought them, they didn't used to be. I don't know if it's just the jeans, so I'm going to go try on a different pair probably this weekend just to see if I went down a size or what happened. Let's see. So I don't know, some of you follow me on Instagram. I don't know if you guys saw my post. Some of you are my friends on Facebook too, I think. I don't know if anybody saw it on there, but so I've been hanging out with this guy, and I've been seeing him, like, we're not really dating or anything, but we've just been hanging out. I liked hanging out with him. He's really cool, you know, we were getting along, blah, blah, blah. And so, we were talking about the future. Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up on my phone so I can just read it to you guys, because I think it's, like, absolute bullshit that people have these kinds of beliefs. But so we're hanging out, and then we were talking about like what we wanted to do in the future. Now, keep in mind, this guy just lost his job. He's, 25, 26. I think he's 26 now. He lost his job because of attendance, and it's just like, man, you're 25 years old. What are you doing with your life when you lose your job because you don't show up? I'm like, what else do you have to do during the day other than go to work? And it's not that hard. Like, if I can make it to work, anyone can make it to work. And I hate going to work. Like, going to work sucks. And so we were talking about the future, and he's like, I just feel like I should be, he's like, I just want to move forward in life. I don't want to move backwards. I don't want to blah, 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 blah. He's like going on. And I'm like, well, you're obviously moving backwards right now because you have no job. So what are you going to do? And then, anyways, so he's like, well, I might go back to school, blah, blah, blah. So he asked me what I was planning on doing because, as everybody knows, I can put college dropout on my resume now. I'm officially not taking any classes this semester. But I just decided that there's no point for me to be taking classes since I've already finished my prereqs. I have no idea what I want to be doing, so I'm not going to be wasting my time with classes. I might take one summer class just for shits and giggles, but probably won't because I'm not really into school. So I posted this on Facebook. I'm just going to read it straight off of there. It's also on my Instagram page. It's the last post I did, or one of the last few if you guys see this, and then I post a whole bunch of pictures. Sorry. So I feel after much consideration that I should share this conversation I had the other day with this guy that I've been hanging out with and somewhat dating. The more I think about it, the more it bothers me, because it sucks knowing that people actually do feel this way about women in many different career fields. So my first thing here is women and men, it doesn't matter who you are. You can do whatever job you want. If you want to be a construction worker, that's cool, and you're a woman, be a construction worker. What's wrong with that? If building and creating things is your passion, like, start as a construction worker. Someday you might be an architect. You never know where a job that you start is going to take you until you try it. And if something is your passion and something that you want to do, you should be doing that. let me continue my post. So we were having a conversation about what we both wanted to do in the future, and when it came my time to share, I told him about my set plans to enlist. And he just looked at me, and he said, "Why? Why do you want to enlist?" So I explained the reasonings behind my reason to enlist, and after a few very awkwardly silent minutes, he told me that being in the military strips all individuality from a person. Women serving in roles that put them in harm's way. Women shouldn't be serving in roles that put them in harm's way. Women aren't as proficient as men are doing jobs like that. And to top it all off, he added, women are not physically or mentally strong enough to handle any type of situation that serving in the military might put them in. He went on about all these reasons why women can't and basically shouldn't serve in the military, and how the military is bad for anyone who joins. This not only hurt my feelings because someone didn't believe in me and someone wasn't showing support, which is all I had gotten up until this point, but it bothered me that he honestly and truly believes in his heart the things that he told me. It made me realize that no matter how much explaining or defending I did for myself, he would still have his opinions and his beliefs. But it showed me that believing in yourself is the most important thing a person can do, regardless of who believes in you or who supports the decisions you make. So, for someone to show, I guess the word would be ahbor. If you guys don't know what that means, it means regards disgust for, it pretty much means they regard disgust for a decision that you make, and that is exactly what this man, he is a grown man almost, had. This was the opinion that he had. And it's fine. I'm all for people having their own opinions and all this stuff, but honestly, when you have an opinion like that, and you sit there and you listen to someone who just told you why they're joining the service and what they're doing, and it's not just that I need to find myself along the way, it's that there's no better way to do it than serving your country. And it might be in some minimal way, but honestly, I believe that serving your country is one of the best things you can do, whether you are in this service or whether you volunteer within your own community. That is somewhat serving your country, because you are helping build your community and you're helping do things within your community to better it. And if we don't have better communities, we can't thrive as a nation. So that pretty much pissed me off. So he's like sitting there telling me these things, we're like laying down, and I like sit up, and I put my shoes on, and he kept talking, and so I put my jacket on, and I like stood there and finished listening to him. He wasn't really like paying attention to me like standing up and whatnot, and so I just like grabbed my things when he was done, and I left. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything to him. I didn't sit there and argue with him. I didn't want anything to do with that kind of person. I mean, I believe that having your own beliefs is one of the best things, like being able to tell someone that women pretty much belong in a kitchen and at home, that's your belief, you can have it, but maybe you shouldn't be sharing it with, 1, a woman, 2, a woman who has goals for herself, and 3, a woman who is planning on enlisting, and then telling her that basically women can't do that. So this is just my serious rant about this. You guys who watch my page, and follow me on Instagram, and blah, 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 that stuff. So you guys who do that, I've gotten a few people who emailed me about their journey. That's awesome. I love getting those emails, because then I can, talk to people about it. But honestly, all of you guys that follow my page, you're going to have people who support you, and you're going to have people who tell you that your idea sucks. They're going to tell you, you shouldn't join the military, the government sucks, blah, blah, blah. They're going to have all these reasons about why you can't do it. And honestly, the only thing I can tell you is that people aren't around you to better you. They're around you to better themselves. And if someone like that is putting you down and telling you that you can't do something, it's because they're trying to better themselves, and they want to knock you down while they're doing that. So Honestly, take the support you get, take that, take the criticism you get, take that in, and honestly, let the support and the criticism, not just criticism from people, but you need to take the support that you gain from whether it be your family, your friends, or a complete stranger that you told. You need to take both of those things and you need to let that fuel what you're doing. First of all, you need to prove this guy wrong who told you that you can't do whatever you set your mind to, but you also need to prove to the people who support you that this is something that you can do and it is something you are going to do. Because, I feel like a lot of people tell people, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, blah, 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 I'm doing all these things, and it's just like, then they never do it, they never get it done, they never start it, they never do anything, so it's kind of hard. Like, I'm all for supporting my friends, but honestly, like, if one of my friends comes and tells me, oh, I'm going to do this, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, blah, 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 and I show you nothing but support, and then you don't do it, it's just like, it discourages the person who's supporting you, because I know if I decided not to join the Air Force, that would be, it would not only be a huge disappointment to myself, like, if for some reason I can't do it. Like, so say I go and blah, 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 I can't do it. Well, like, it's not that I didn't try, it's that I tried as hard as I could and I just couldn't do it. For some reason, some weird medical condition, something, like, the people who support you would understand that. But when you don't try at all, and you just let things go, you like mosey along, you're like, oh, this is great, let me just skip through fields of flowers on my way. It's just, you're never going to get anything done that way. And if you don't accomplish your goals due to not trying, it's hard for people to show support, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because then you're not gonna move forward, and they're not gonna want to support you if you're not moving forward. So it just kind of sucks, and I'm in shock still. This happened like last week, and I thought really hard about posting it on the internet, on Facebook, where everybody likes to share their opinions, and I didn't really get any negative opinions about it. All I got was some support from some friends who are in the Air Force. Like my friend Mikey, he was all, I don't want to read this on YouTube, this is bad, but he's like, F him, their physical fitness tests and routes you go to before deployment, as well as other training to ensure every man and woman are fit mentally and physically to go overseas and fight. The good fight and battle buddies aren't about gender going into battle, it's about trust. Sorry, he has this one long giant run-on sentence. Like, I want to throw a grammar book at him and tell him, hey, before you talk to me. What else did he say? Blah, blah, blah. Trust, who will have your ass, and who can drag or carry you out of a situation if need be. Whoever this guy is needs to educate himself and think. You do work hard. Oh, you do work. Yeah. You do work hard. Don't let anyone tell you what you can't do. You're a great woman. Keep hitting the gym and prove to that dude wrong. Join the military, deploy, travel the world. My friend Chris, he's a really good friend. He was in the Air Force. I don't know if he watches this, but we'll leave it at that. So women have seen way worse and dealt with way worse than just what the military can put them through. There's female cops and female doctors. Not everyone in the military has a weapon and deploys all the time. Gender doesn't make one weak. Human is one word, and to survive through hell and high water doesn't need you to be a man. You just need to have the pursuit to be hurt and still push through all the shit 24/7. Fuck him and his thoughts. Sexist man. And my friend Donovan said, gender and sex mean nothing. If you want something, you get it. End of story. Do it for yourself. Do it to make you happy because you deserve that. You're capable of anything if you want it enough. And then my aunt. I'm not really, she's my dad's sister. And we're not really in contact with their side of the family, like my dad's side of the family. Like, I've never met this aunt for all I think I met her once when we cleaned out my grandma's house when she moved to California. But honestly, other than that, I don't think I've ever met her, and I don't think I've ever had a conversation with her. I'm pretty sure she's a liberal, and I don't know if she's a liberal. I can't decide. She's kind of weird. But this is what she says. She says, well, everyone is entitled to opinion. You just need to know who to surround yourself with. If you think he doesn't support your goals, keep moving forward and find people who do. Sucks when you like them, but if they don't add something positive to your life, they shouldn't be in your life. Which I kind of took that last part, and that is super true. I cut out everybody who doesn't show any kind of positivity towards me or towards anything that I'm working towards. I don't want negative people in my life because I'm not a negative person myself. So, I've never had anyone who was negative in my life. My ex-boyfriend complained about a lot of stuff. Other than that, I've never really had anyone who was negative in my life, I don't think. I've never had any negative Nancys or anything. Only had positive Pennies. Just kidding. But even the people at work who have known me, I worked at the credit union for, about 5 months now. So I've been there about 5 months, and I told all of them, they were asking me, they were like, well, do you want to do this job forever? What are your plans? Are you planning on moving forward? Blah, blah, blah. And I told them, I was straight up and honest with the people that I'm working with, because I feel like if you're not honest with the people you're working with, then what are you doing at work? But, so I told them, I was like, yeah, I'm planning on enlisting. I have to lose weight first. I'm super open with them about it. They're always asking me about it. My supervisor's always asking me how it's going and all that stuff, and it's so nice to have such a great support system. If I didn't have a support system, I would literally crumble. But honestly, I support myself enough. Sorry, my armpit itches. I seriously support myself enough to know that I can do anything that I set my mind to. I've always been taught that even though I'm a woman, I can do anything I want. My parents never told me that I couldn't do something. Maybe they told me I couldn't play hockey because I'd get hurt and I don't want to pay medical bills. Maybe that's what they told me that I couldn't do. But I wanted to play hockey for about 5 minutes, and after that I was like, good. I saw the other girls and I was like, oh, hi, manly woman over there who is super buff and gonna kill me. So, that's pretty much the only thing my parents told me I couldn't do, was anything where it was dangerous. My brother played hockey though. He really liked it. He never got hurt. He got hurt getting off a skateboard. So I think after that they kind of figured he wasn't going to play hockey anymore because he broke his ankle. But my parents have never told me I can't do anything. And when I told my parents that I'm enlisting with the Air Force and doing that, and that's what I want to do, because they kept badgering me about school, and I was like, no, I really don't want to take classes. I really don't want to do that. So my parents supported me in that. And then my mom, my dad was the one who super supported me. And then my mom was like, why don't you just take classes? You're not doing anything else. Blah, 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 blah. So I was like, fine. I'll take classes. Just leave me alone about it. I don't want to hear about it again. And so I took classes. And then after this, that was this past semester. And after that, I decided that this really isn't, for me. I'm not going to do it again. Don't talk to me about taking classes. When I did tell my family that I was no longer taking, when I told my grandma and aunt and stuff like that I wasn't taking classes anymore, I was kind of scrutinized by them. My grandma, she's like, well, why wouldn't you be taking classes anymore? You should be taking classes. Why aren't you taking them? And my aunt, she's like, well, what if the Air Force doesn't work out? What if this? What if that? And I'm like, well, you know what? I'll figure it out at that point. It's not like I don't have a job and I'm just sitting around at home. I'm working, and I'm working instead of going to school. And so I was kind of bugged. And then my other aunt, her kids are perfect. Oh my god, my kids do this, my kids do that, blah blah blah. Sorry. I can hear something. I don't know who's some. But anyways. With that note, I have to get ready for work. Sad day. Wish I could go like this. So weird. Sorry. It sounds like doors are opening down the hall. So I'm like, I don't know who's here because I'm the only one home. But yeah, so I have to get ready for work. But I'm going to leave you guys with the note that you can do anything you set your mind to. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Don't let people tell you that you're incapable of doing anything when you know in your heart you are. And don't let people discourage you. You're going to have people who don't want to support you. You're going to have people who just want to put you down no matter what you tell them. So you just need to tell them, I value your opinion. I don't support it. And that's that. And leave them at that. And whether they be your best friend or someone else, you need to decide what to do with them in your life. If they're bringing that negativity in, you need to be able to eliminate the negativity. Tell them, well, I value that you have your opinion, but I also don't think it's an opinion that I need in my life. So kind of go along that lines. But like I said, take the criticism you get, take the support you get, and like mesh it together and fuel your fire that way. Because you can't fuel your fire with hate, and you can't just fuel your fire with love. It's going to take both things in order to get things done and get to where you want to be. So, on that note, I'm going to leave and go get ready for work. By the way, my arms are super sore, so I'm like trying to stretch them out a little bit. It's not really working out for me. I'll post my next video after my weigh-in body checkup. So, that's that. I'll see you guys next time.